Morning. Am I audible to you guys? Okay. So, okay, I'm audible. Okay, so last class we mainly discussed about adversarial search. So, adversarial search is nothing but like your game playing. So, for adversarial search, we think it is a multi-agent environment, and in multi-agent environment, there can be lots of agents. There can be 2, 3 and all. So all the opponent agents can either act like an cooperative agent or an opponent. So mainly we check zero sum games, like games with 2 players, right? So 2 players game are also known as zero sum, or you can also say min max. Okay, so to make any games, we can formalize a problem with the help of, remember, initial states, players, actions, results, and terminal states and utility, right? So, utility, what was utility? What was utility?
It gives final numeric
Yes, is the
values
final
in terminal
numeric.
state as important.
Yes, is the final numeric value for a game, which will decide whether the particular state is a win state, loss state, or a draw state. It will basically provide the numeric value to the terminal state it ends. So we can just generate a game tree for a game. Okay, so we will see the tic-tac-toe game where we can make strategy to find the optimal moves. Okay, so like I initially or last time I told you guys, in normal search problem, the optimal solution would be a sequence of moves, right? That will lead to a whole state, and the terminal state, that is like your win state. So in normal game, like to play game, min will also have some own strategy, and max will also have some contingent strategy. So max will make sure it gets the highest reward, and min will try to minimize the reward for max because it's an optimal one. So we need to make a game tree, then we can decide the optimal strategy by examining the minimax value of each node. So every node will have a minimax value, and that minimax value of a node will be like utility for max. Okay, so max will make sure that both players are playing optimally from the initial state to the end game. Okay, but for terminal state, minimax value will be basically your utility functions. Okay, let's just try a game 3. Will be easier for techno game. So let's just see the game 3 for. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are 2 players, one is max, one is min. Then max always start the move, and max will try to maximize the result of the game tree, and min will try to minimize the tree. So for tic-tac-toe game, it looks like something this, right? It's a 3 by 3 game. then this is the initial state where we have nothing. Okay, so this is, you can say, this is the initial state. Now it's Max's turn to make the move. You can say Max. So if it is a Max's turn to move, Max can put cross, right? Max will go with cross and Min will go with no. Okay, so from this initial state, how many possible moves Max can take? Okay, now Max can put X here, correct? Max can also put X here. Max can also put X here. Max can also put X here. So total, how many moves are possible for X or Max? 9, correct. There are 3 by 3. So Max can put X in 9 possible ways. Okay, then you can also start with here, then here, then here, and the last one is, I'm not going to draw all, here. Okay, so there can be 9 moves from initial state to this, and these are the moves of Max. Okay, now it's Min's turn. Okay, now you can see for each and every move of Max, Min again has some different possibilities, correct? So if Max put X here, then Min can put X. Yes, totally. So Moon can put first X is here, right? So for Min, Min can place 0 either here. Okay, then Min can also place X, sorry, not here. Min can also put here and so on. Again, Min will have one position minus the others possibilities, correct? This is only for one move. Okay, and so on. Then again for this position, again Min will have certain moves to take, correct? So this one will be the second one. Next again from here it will be Max's turn. So for these moves, again, Max can put X in different locations. It can put X here. Next, it can put X here. And again, it can put X here. Okay. See, again, there are different stages. So this one is only for this move. Okay. So finally, see, even for a simple tic-tac-toe game, the game tree can be a big one actually. Even though it's just a simple two-play game, game tree can be quite big enough so that we can just draw it here. It is still a complicated one. Okay. So again from here, it will be move for min. So final state is that we need to come to a position when it will be win situation, loss or draw. For example, these are your terminal nodes. Okay, these are your terminal. So suppose for x0, x position, the final value is something like that. It can be anything here. Okay, so and there will be some utility values. Okay, so here min is winning, right? So but main player is like max one. Max started first, but here min is winning. So I can say utility here is -1. That means max lost the game. Okay. Another state can be from somewhere. It can be x. X. Here there is no solution. There is like draw. So I can say utility value is 0. Then maybe some other state. Can say it is x, x, 0, 0. So here x is winning. So I can say utility value is 1. So from this example, you can see from the initial state, Max has like 9 possible moves as he starts first. Then Max will just place X and Min will place 0 here. And both player plays alternatively until we reach the leaf node where your one player has 3 in a row, right? Here is a 3 player in a row, like here X is in 3 row or not is in just in 1 row. 3 symbols are there. So both players will compute each node minimax value. Okay, then there will be values, certain values will be there. So these values will be called your minimax values. Okay, and these terminal values are the utility values. Okay, so as both of the players will compute each node, that is minimax value. The minimax value is the best achievable utility against an optimal adversary, means your opponent. Suppose both players are well aware of your game, because here it is fully observable, right? So each player is doing its best to prevent another one from winning. So min is acting against the game of Max. Then so in this game tree, the layers are like layers for Max, layers for min, and each of these layers are called ply. Okay, if this is the layer for Max, this is layer for min. Again, the above one is layer for min. So these layers are called ply. Okay, so here either Max will win or mean will win, or it will be a draw. So adversarial search for minimax procedure will be like it will always try to find an optimal strategy for max to win the game. Okay, so this minimax value we can define. So minimax value will be for the intermediate states. Okay, minimax value of n. So max prefers to move to a state of maximum value, and mean will prefer to move to a state with the minimum value. So you can just formalize it like there will be for any state, suppose as we are finding like minimax of S. Okay. So first is the utility. If it is a terminal state. So if it is a terminal state, we can say we have utility values. Terminal state, or you can also say test of S. You will check whether that particular state is a terminal state or not. So to decide whether it is a terminal state or not, you are going to do the terminal test. Then we have max of A, which will belong to an action for that particular state S. Better write capital. Minimax of result of that particular state S and the action you have taken A. So if this condition is true, if player S is equal to max. So this function will be used for max. Then for mean, it will try to minimize the action A. A belongs to an actions of particular state S. Minimax of the result as A if player as A is equal to a mean player. Okay. So now you can see it is quite difficult even for a single type of simple game, tic-tac-toe. It is difficult to explain you the minimax algorithm. So how these values are calculated? These minimax values are calculated with the help of minimax algorithm. Okay. So these values, the internal values can be calculated with the minimax algorithm. Okay. So since it's a very big one for even means normal practical way, so I'll just give you an example with a smaller one, small game tree. Wait. Okay, let's come to your minimax algorithm. So your minimax algorithm is basically a recursive, or you can say backtracking algorithm, which is used in decision making and your game theory. Okay, so it will provide you an optimal move for the player, assuming that opponent is also playing optimally. Okay, so minimax algorithm uses recursion to search through your game tree. So minimax algorithm is mostly used for like the games we have already discussed: chess, tic-tac-toe game, checkers, or any two-player games. Okay. So this algorithm computes the minimax decision for the current state. Okay. Okay. So just the name suggests there will be two players. One is max and other is min. So both the players fight it as the opponent player and gets the minimum benefit while they get the maximum one. So one will try to get the maximum benefit, which is max, and min will try to minimize the benefit of max. Okay. So max will always select the maximized value. So you can just think max will always take something max, a function max of something, okay, maybe a and b, and min will try to minimize the value. So it will always select a value which will be the minimum between two or more than two values. Okay, so minimax algorithm mainly performs a depth first search. For exploring your complete game tree. Okay, so minimax algorithm proceeds all the way down to the terminal node of the tree, then it will backtrack the tree as the recursion. Let's take a simple example first, it will be easier. Let's just take a very simple one. Suppose this is a game tree A, B, C, and D. Okay, so this is for your max's turn, and after this term will be for min. Okay, so it just one step. Max will move one, then min will move one. So after that it will get terminal values. Suppose for this move we have three terminal values, which is 3, 12, and 8. Okay, for this one maybe again we have three terminal values. It can be 2, 4, and 6. Again for this one again we can have two terminal values. 15, 5, and 2. So this is a very simple game tree, or you can say two-ply game tree, where these nodes are for the max and these nodes are for the min. So it's max's turn to move, and this is for min's turn to move. So A, B, C, D is the move for max, and after that min will take the move, and these are the moves, and these are the terminal state itself. So these are the utility values: 13, 12, 8, 2, 4, 6. Now you can see in both ways. Okay. First, suppose you are here, and since it's a depth first search, you will come to this point first. From here, you will come to this point first, then you will come here. Okay. Now, if you simply see this one, this is the term for min. So among 3, 12, 8, which one is the minimum value? 3. So the value for B will be selected is 3. Again, from 2, 4 and 6, which one is the minimum value? It's 2. From 14, 5 and 2, the minimum value is 2. Okay, so these are the minimax value for B, C and D. Now the initial state means the max is turned, so max will select the maximum value of min-max. So 3, 2, 2, the maximum value is 3. So this is the minimax value of 8. Okay, you can also think downwards. Maybe A took the first move and the value is 3. Then after that, max just make 3 moves, A1, A2 and A3, and the values are like 3, 2, 2. Next, for this one again means min value turn is B1, B2, B3. Here you can say C1, C2 and C3. Here D1, D2, D3. So best move will be from here to here. This will be your optimal way for max to win the game. Just see the values once. So from here, max's best move is A1 because out of these 3 values, 3 is the highest one. From B, the means best value is B1 because it minimizes the cost. There can be many moves in down there. This is just one and one step. Okay, for this one, max's best move K1 because value is out of all these, 3 is the highest value. And from this B point, B1 is the highest because B minimized the cost. So if you take it from C, out of this one, C1 is the highest, better move for min because 2 is the lowest one. And for node D, again, D3 is the best move for min because it minimizes the value. You want to see another a bit bigger one? 2 steps more maybe? Okay, let's just see another one. Suppose we have here A, B, C. Next I have D, E, F, M, G. From D we have values H, I, J K L M O. So let's just suppose this is for your max, this is your mean, this again your max, and these are your terminal nodes, and the utilities are like -1, 4, 6, -3, -5, 0, and 7. Okay, these are your terminal nodes. So as mentioned earlier, Minimax algorithm will try to find out the whole or entire game tree. Okay, then it will apply the utility function to get the utility values for the terminal state. Okay, so in this diagram, A is the initial state of the tree, and suppose A is the maximizer one, so it will take the first turn which has the worst case initial value. So initially, each of these values will be, you can say, initial values are -infinity. Okay, so for max, initial values you can say -infinity, and for mean, initial values you can say +infinity. Okay, so suppose maximizer or max takes the first turn which has the worst case initial value -infinity, and minimizer or min will take the next turn and the worst case initial value will be +infinity. Okay, so next what it will do, we will find the utility values for the max, and initial value is -infinity here. So we will compare each value in a terminal state with the initial value of max and determine the higher node values. So it will find the max values like, okay, for node D, okay, first we will come from A, then B, then D, okay, then there node D we have terminal values. So for node D, we will find the max. If the max is moved here, correct? So max will try to find which one is the maximum value. One value is -1, and the initial value is here for max is -infinity. So best value is -1, correct? Out of first, initially I'll check only this one. At this moment, initial value is -1, so I'll take that -1 is higher. Okay, so you can say value equal to -infinity here. Now you will compare -1 and alpha. So -1 is higher, so I can say this value is 1 now. Okay, now from D there's another child, so here value is 4. So now I will compare which one is the maximum value, -1 or 4. So for this, maximum value is 4, correct? So I'll update this value. Okay, so after updating, I'll make that the value for it is 4. Okay, so value or minimax value for node D is 4. Now we come to E part. Why we come to E part? From D, once done, the value will be backed up to upper node, which is B. Now I can say that value of B is, for the time being, it's 4. So from here, there's another node, it's a depth first source, right? Now it will come here. Right now, initial is just -infinity, correct? Remember, the values are go up always. So initially here it's -infinity. Now again you check for D, sorry, for E. First max value I'm going to compare is with 2. Okay, 2 and -infinity. Okay, so I'll make v now will become 2 here. Correct. Now from there is another children which is k. The value is 6. Now I'll check which one is the max value, 2 or 6. Now value is 6. So again I'll update the value here. Now value will become 6. Okay. So let's just finish the down portion first. So for here again, for node E, F, but normally it should, what it will go to v equal to 6 and v equal to 4 here. Now it's the turn for min, right? So min will obviously select 4. So value will remain as 4. Okay, no need to update because it's the turn for min, and min will select only the lowest value. So between 4 and 6, 4 is the lowest, so it will select the 4. Okay, so then the normal process is that value 4 will update it here. Okay, once we are done with this part, we will go to the right subtree. Okay, again same thing. Initially everything is like minus in it is plus infinity here. Okay, here you will comparing initially v equal to infinity and then the value is updated to 4, and once it's here then you will just compare 4 and 6, it will be 4. Okay, so here again this part v equal to minus infinity, correct, initial value. So for f again do the same thing. You will find max of minus 3 and minus infinity. Okay, so now I will update the value as minus 3, correct. Now again there is another node 5, so I'll check which one is the maximum value, minus 3 or minus 5. Again it's minus 3, right? So I don't need to update it because it's already selecting the minus 3. Now again from here I can update the value v equal to minus 3. Okay, I can say v equal to minus 3, for example. Now again I'll come to this point. Again value is minus infinity here. Now for node G, again I'll compare the same thing. For G, I'll find max of 0 and minus infinity. Then again I'll update the value 0 here. Okay, now again there is another children. I'll compare which one is the max of 0 and 7. Okay, now value is 7. Okay, so I'll update this value. Since it's a max out of 0 and 7, it will just select the highest value. Now value is 7. Okay, so one layer is done. Now in the next step, it's turn for the min, right? Now it's turn for min. So now you can see the value v equal to 4, v equal to 6, v equal to minus 3 and v equal to 3. Okay, so out of from here it will just select out of 4 and 6, it will select 4. Again from minus 3 and 7, it will select minus 3, but the value is already minus 3. No need to update because it's a mean, and it will select the minus 3. Okay, now at this level, again next is the max one, right? So max will select the highest value again. So out of 4 and minus 3, it will select max, but the value is already 4, so we don't need to update. So how it is going to compare? It's just that for node A, which is, you will just compare max of okay, let's go to B first. B minimum value is 4 and 3. For B, minimum of 4 and 6. So here we got 4. And for C, minimum of minus 3 and 7. Minus 3 and 7. That's how we got minus 3 here. Again for A, max of 4 and minus 3. So we got 4 here. Okay. This is how it processes from root to top. Then it calculates what can be the possible moves or the best move. So the best move will be here. Okay. So is this clear how it calculates minimax value to all? Just remember this simple thing. You check the terminal nodes first. Then you see whether it's a max's turn or min's turn. If it's a max's turn, it will select the highest value. If it is a min's turn, it will select the mean value. Okay. So main property of min-max algorithm is that it is complete if there is a solution exists in the finite search tree. Okay. Because it's a DFS, right? It is complete only when there will be a finite search space, and if there is the solution exists, then only it will be complete. And it will be optimal if both opponents are playing optimally. Okay. So can you see the limitation? The drawback is that it gets really slow for complex games like your chess. Even for the tic-tac-toe game, you can see the game tree can be so big and vast. So think about the chess where there can be so many possible moves. So this type of game has like huge branching factor, and the players has like lots of choice to decide. So the limitation of Minimax algorithm you can improve with the help of another method, which is alpha beta pruning. Okay, about alpha beta pruning I'll explain later, means in the next class. Is this is clear? Minimax algorithm. Yes, no. Okay, yes. Okay, bumps it, yes. See, in this case, first it was mean. So we selected the lowest value, then we selected the max's value. And there was just one step. But here we have max, min, max. So from terminal, we selected maximum values first. Then from the maximum values, we select the minimum value, because mean values always try to reduce the value. And again, for the initial one, it's max. So we selected the max value. So if it is clear, I can just stop here. In next class, we'll see alpha beta pruning. So since in a bigger search space, it's really difficult to keep track of all these things and it takes lots of time. With the help of alpha beta pruning, we can just cut out some of the part. If we already know that following this path is not going to take us anywhere, or it is not going to give us an optimal solution or win state, we are not going to check that part at all. Okay, then we have to decide whether we should go practice part or not. Okay, that can be done with the help of alpha, beta, and pruning. Here I'm checking each and every node. Correct? Each and every node I'm checking, and if there are lots of choices, I have to like check each of these nodes. So using alpha beta pruning, I can just cut out some of my search, and it can be a lot faster. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing. Attendance to long. Okay, সবাই আবার ভিডিও অন করা। Just switch on your video. Arindam, DK, Rupam.